Good morning, boys and girls. Mrs. Morris here. I'm here to practice doing some first grade writing with you guys. I hope that's okay with you that came to be on as a very special guest. The strategy for writing that I'd like to teach you friends today is that first grade writers say more. I know you guys are in the middle of a realistic fiction unit. And you guys are writing stories that are about things that could really happen in real life. I want to give you some tips today to make your writing a little bit longer and stronger, and maybe even a little juicier. So take a look at my anchor chart. First grade writers say more. They add a feeling. First grade writers add talking. And first grade writers add action. If you're going to add a feeling into your writing, you might add a feeling word like excited or happy, sad or lonely or bored, upset, or maybe just a little confused. If you're going to add some talking into your writing, you might add speech bubbles into your illustrations. This says, "Hello, pal." You might also add some dialogue into your writing. We'll practice that today. If you're adding action, you might use verbs like running or jumping. Tell me how a character in your story did an action, how they did something. Writers, I'm going to ask that you help Mrs. Morris make my story a little bit better today. Would you mind helping me out? Thank you, first graders. Okay. Hope you don't laugh at my first draft. It's not the greatest, but with your help today, you're going to help me add in some feelings, you're going to help me add in some talking, and you're going to help me add in some action so that Mrs. Morris can say more in her first grade writing. Here's what I have so far. At the beginning of our story, we usually start by introducing characters and setting. Let's take a look if I did that on page 1. Lily was walking her dog outside. I introduced the character, Lily, and the setting, I guess they're outside. Let's see what happens next. On the second page, we usually introduce the problem. The dog ran away. That's a problem. Let's take a look at page 3. Lily couldn't find her anywhere. Well, I wrote a little more about the problem. Page 4. Usually we give the solution. Lily found her dog. I solved the problem. And page 5. Lily was happy. I kind of wrapped the story up at the end, and I gave a feeling word, which was pretty awesome. But readers and writers, did Miss Morris add feelings on every page? No, not really. Did I add talking? No, not at all. What about action? Do I have action words? Not really. Can you guys help Mrs. Morris to make my writing a little bit better and say more? Let's do it. Okay. Here's what we're going to do. Mrs. Morris is going to use a red marker to add more to her story. Now, I will tell you, writers, that when you're writing, you're going to use a pencil because the best first grade writers use pencils in order to do their editing work. They're going to erase, they might write something differently, they may add in more details. The only reason Mrs. Morris is using a marker is so you guys can see it on my screen. When you write, you use a pencil. Ready? Okay. Lily was walking her dog outside. My first question is, where are they and what is this dog's name? I mean, I said they were outside, but like, are they outside at a park? Are they outside at her house? What's the weather? So I'm going to add in a little bit more detail. I'm going to say more. Lily was walking her dog outside. I'm going to say her dog's name was Sam. Now I'm going to give you a little bit more about where they are and what they're doing. I'm going to add in some action. They loved going for walks at the park. Did Mrs. Morris say more? I gave you another character's name. I added in the dog's name. I also gave you a little bit of action. I said they loved going for walks, and I gave you a little more information about where they are. They're at the park. I hope this helps give you a little bit more detail to make this movie in your mind as you're thinking about the story Miss Morris is writing for you. Let's make page 2 a little juicier. You guys ready? Really need your help with this one because this is an important page. It's the problem page. Don't laugh when you see my writing. Okay. The dog ran away. I mean, there's a little bit of action, right? The dog is running away. I didn't add in any detail about the dog's name. I didn't add in any feeling, and I didn't add in any talking. Let's make it juicier. The dog ran away. I'm going to add in some talking. Come back. Sam called Lily. Did I add in some talking? I did. I even added in my quotation marks to show that it's someone using their words. Come back, Sam, called Lily. Maybe I should add in some feelings. How would you feel if your dog ran away at the park? I know, maybe a little worried. She was so worried. Did I add more to this page? I only had one line of text before, but now I have 4. Let's add a little bit more onto our problem on page 3. You ready? Lily couldn't find her anywhere. Let's add in a little bit more, maybe some more action. Okay. She, what would you do if you can't find your dog anywhere at the park? I know. Search. She's searching for the dog, right? She searched and searched. Maybe where? She searched and searched around the playground. That's at a park. Okay. That puts a picture in my head. Now I really have an idea of this setting. Really, where are they? She searched and searched around the playground. I know what else is at the playground or at the park, I mean. Maybe fields, like a soccer field or a baseball field. I'm going to think a soccer field because it's spring and I love to play soccer. I love kicking the ball around, but I also know that dogs love to chase balls that are rolling around. So I might try to weave that into my story. Let's reread. Lily couldn't find her anywhere. She searched and searched around the playground and fields. Did Mrs. Morris add more action? Yes. I didn't add any talking on this page. And I didn't really add any feeling on this page. I'm going to really make sure that I do that on my page 4. Can you help me think of ideas for talking and feelings? Thank you, first graders. Lily found her dog. Okay, well, first graders, where was the dog? And how did she feel and what did she say? Let's think. Lily found her dog. Sam was chasing the soccer ball on the field. Lily, I want to put in a feeling word here. Lily was, how about we pick an even juicier word than happy? Like she was thrilled. Okay. Lily was thrilled. Ooh, it's a digraph blend. See that? THR. Thrilled. Lily was thrilled and said, let's add in some talking, said, silly puppy. Whoa, I wrote a lot on that page. At first, I only had one line, and now I have 5 lines of text. I also have feeling because she's thrilled, talking too. And another word, found. She found her dog. So that's even another action. This is a pretty juicy page. Let's wrap our story up, okay? At the end, we're going to wrap a bow around our story and we're going to kind of tie up the ending. Lily was happy. I told you not to laugh at Mrs. Morris. You guys are here to help me. Okay, let's think. Lily was happy. I have a feeling. I don't have talking and I don't have action. Let's try to add all three in, okay? Lily was happy. She gave Sam a really big squeeze. That's some action. She gave Sam a big squeeze. I would give my puppy a big squeeze if I found her on the park. She gave Sam a big squeeze. And she's going to say something. Don't scare me like that again, silly soccer player. Did I tie up my story at the end, first graders? I did. Let's go ahead and reread it. Will you reread it with me as I read it aloud? Okay. Moms and dads, if you don't have writing paper at home, you can go ahead and just make paper like I did. I make this paper for my own daughter, and I just have any white or colored paper, and I just have a box at the top for them to put in their illustration and a couple of lines. So keep it simple. Here we go, first graders. You read in your head as I read aloud. Remember, first grade writers say more. We add feelings, we add talking, and we add action. Lily was walking her dog outside. Her dog's name was Sam. They loved going for walks at the park. The dog ran away. Come back, Sam, called Lily. She was so worried. Lily couldn't find her anywhere. She searched and searched around the playground and fields. Lily found her dog. Sam was chasing the soccer ball on the field. Lily was thrilled and said, silly puppy. Lily was happy. She gave Sam a big squeeze. Don't scare me like that again, silly soccer player. Writers, I can't wait to read all of the writing that you do today. Keep up the hard work. Mrs. Morris misses you. Don't forget to say more in your writing. See you soon.